just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do. Just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is really true. Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound. Safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found. Change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show on Hamilton Radio. Anyone and everyone out there who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumbass, guys. Because 31 years ago, I was a dumbass, but through the grace of God, 31 years later, I can honestly say I'm now a smart ass. And yes, the word ass is in the Bible over 40 times. It means donkey, and that's what I was. You know, guys, everyone around the world has had the roughest couple of years of their lives, and some people made it, and unfortunately, some have not. But everyone out there needs to know that there's always someone ready to listen, and I'm that person. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. If anyone is in need, please, please reach out to me. Also, you can order my book for someone, maybe yourself, I'm not sure, right? A family member, a friend that you think this could help, because I think it could. Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing. Okay, just put the title in, it'll come right up. It's out on Barnes & Nobles, it's Amazon, but I usually go through the bookstore. Having said that, could you also go to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel and subscribe? I have some great things coming up. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. That was my Elvis. So having said that, I have an incredible guest for you today. An amazingly beautiful young woman inside and out, and wait till you hear her voice without music. That's right. Savanna Kirby, say hello to everyone.
Hi, my name is Savanna Kirby. I'm 21 years old, and I'm from Florence, Alabama, and I'm a singer-songwriter.
So, all right, tell everyone how we met. Give a shout out to Paula Ann. I love Paula Ann.
Oh yes, Miss Paula. She's like my grandmother. I love her so much. She introduced us, and she's my manager. I'm so thankful that I get to work with her, and then I got to meet Geri through Miss Paula. So she's awesome. So yeah, definitely shout out to Miss Paula for for everything she's done to me so far, for me so far.
So tell everybody a little bit. Well, first of all, let's talk about the spelling of your name, because I absolutely love it. So there's no H on the end, which I think is awesome, because that's how people are going to remember you, girlfriend.
Yeah, people tend to spell it with an H, and sometimes I just get too lazy to tell it. I mean, at least they have the gist, like it's Savannah. But yeah, it's got no H on the end, and I was kind of joking earlier about I think I'm just going to change it to have the H so that it makes it easier on everybody, but I think I like it the way it is, so I'm gonna keep it this way.
Because people will know it's you, sweetheart. They'll know it's you.
Right.
So tell everybody, let's talk a little bit about your journey in this music industry. Like, what's your genre? What do you love singing? Let's talk about all that first.
All right, so I guess since it's a journey, I'll start from the beginning.
Yes.
So I started singing when I was 11 years old. I couldn't sing. Like, I guess I would call myself really tone deaf. I used to love to sing. I always did it, but I just wasn't the best at it. And so that was never like a big thing for me, like growing up, I guess, but I've always loved music. I grew up on stage. I started out as a dancer when I was like 2 years old, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
And so I would always do like the recitals and stuff. And so I've always loved to perform and I guess kind of be the center of attention, which, just the performer in me. And so I remember when I was 11 years old, I was at a church camp, and this was the year before, like this was the year that I started singing, but I didn't even know I could sing at this point. And I remember, this has always stuck with me. I was at a church camp, and this was the night that I decided to become a Christian. And at this point, I remember I went up to the little altar that we had at this camp, and I decided to pray, and I decided to give my life to God. And at this point, I can't describe it, but it's like God spoke to me, and he said, "You're going to use your voice for me when you grow up." I didn't know what he meant. I was like, okay. I remember like God spoke, so I was like crying. I was like, okay, God. And I was like really excited. I didn't know what he meant, but God spoke to me, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll see where this goes. And then I decided to audition for my little 6th grade show choir program in elementary school. And I had a teacher there. Her name was Miss Behrens, and she heard me sing, and I guess she saw potential in my voice, and she went to my family and was like, I think you need to get this girl some training in vocals because she's got a really pretty voice. And I guess I would accredit her to the first person that really believed in me when it comes to singing.
Okay.
And so that's where I started singing, and then just went from there. I went to Florence High School after elementary school, and I got involved in the recording studio, and I got involved in show choir and everything like that. So I just kind of kept on going, and now I'm in college, and I've been doing a lot of singing in college. But yeah, I'm here now, and I'm still singing. So, but my style, I would say, I'm heavily influenced by artists from where I grew up. I grew up in like the Shoals area. I'm from Florence, but I'm right across the water from Muscle Shoals. And so I grew up listening to those Muscle Shoals artists like Etta James, James Brown, Percy Sledge, all them.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, some crazy music history there. And so I grew up singing a lot of their music, and I guess that's a big thing that's influenced my style, along with my faith and along with, just music that I've listened to growing up. So yeah.
So that's so beautiful. Whenever Paula Ann gets me someone to interview, she'll tell me how great they are, and all of them have been. But you know what? You're incredible to me, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when I said to you, do you sing a cappella? Oh, absolutely. You didn't hesitate at all. You were like, no problem. And your voice is unbelievable without music.
Well, thank you. That is so sweet.
Goodness. And I love a cappella. I love it more than with music.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for doing this for me today. I'm honored.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be able to do this.
So why don't we share with everyone? Let's give them a little treat. You're going to be singing 3 songs with us, and maybe a 4th one, but definitely 3. Why don't you sing one of the songs that you wrote, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. So I'll just give a little description. This song is called Options. I wrote this in high school, and it's always just been one of my favorite songs to sing. So I will go ahead and sing it for you guys.
Hey, Options.
Options. All right. Never felt this before. Now I'm smiling, but you're not the reason anymore. Oh, I'm brand new. I found what I was looking for when I left you. Oh, yeah. It's different now, but then I used to listen when you lied. You tell me that there's nothing you'd ever try to hide. Oh, yeah. But when the truth came out, I finally found my voice. I was treated like an option, so I left you like a choice. Oh, you set me free. There's finally a reason to not play make-believe. Now that you're gone, oh, boy, you're not my problem, so now I'm moving on. Oh, yeah. Ooh. It's different now, but then I used to listen when you lied. You tell me that there's nothing you'd ever try to hide. Yeah. But when the truth came out, I finally found my voice. Yeah. I was treated like an option, so I left you like a choice. Oh, yeah. Treated like an option, so I left you like a choice. Took back my life. Hope you're satisfied. Yeah, your time ran out, boy. So I said goodbye. Took back my life. Hope you're satisfied. time ran out, boy. So I said goodbye. So I said goodbye. It's different now, but then I used to listen when you lied. You tell me that there's nothing you'd ever try to hide. But when the truth came out, I finally found my voice. Yeah, I was treated like an option, so I left you like a choice. Oh, treated like an option, so I left you like a choice.
Okay, so first of all, magnificent, absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm a poet, right? I love that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Left you like a choice. You treated me like an option. I left you like a choice. You had a voice. Love it.
Thank you.
Why haven't you recorded it?
I guess I just haven't had the chance to yet, but I'm hoping to get to in the near future. We'll just see how it goes. But I get a little bit, I guess, kind of not protective, but a little bit like my songs are like really special to me because I guess it's just a lot of the time I write about things that I went through, and so sometimes I get a little nervous to like let that out there and just like let it become something, you know what I mean? But I got to get over that. I'm trying to get over that. So
I can help you with that, and I'm going to do it on air. So I'm a recovery coach, right? Okay, and I help people with all that. I'm an open book. Okay, I'm an open book.
Right.
I cannot tell you how many people God used me and told me to write this book. And you had said something too about like how you get messages. I got a message in the middle of the night, like on my shoulder, like get up and write your book.
Wow.
Okay, you have no idea how many people have reached out that through God, this book has saved their lives.
Yeah.
So your music will help so many young women who have been in the same exact situations as you.
Right.
You're living their life.
Right.
Your music is going to be life-changing for some of these people. Music does that for people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when young women hear your voice with your words and they can relate, it's going to help them so much. So get over that part of it and understand that, and you'll do great.
Okay.
Okay? It's magnificent.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, magnificent. So how many songs do you think you've written? About?
I would say probably over 13, but not all of them are completely finished. It's just like, yeah, just like I used to write all the time, especially in high school. Before I moved off to college, I would write every week, like every day. I just, come up with stuff. But some of it wasn't that good. But it's you got to practice, I guess. But when I moved off to college, I'm doing a major that made it a little bit hard for me to focus on music and school, and so I kind of fell out of songwriting for a little bit. But I'm getting back into it, and I'm excited to actually get back into it and start writing again because I love it. I forgot how much I love doing it. So
you've got to get your songs out there, sweetie. You absolutely have to. That was magnificent.
Thank you.
Wow.
I wrote it about getting cheated on. It's great.
Of course. Everyone, listen, there's not a person that can say they weren't cheated on. I'm sorry. For the most part. I mean, there are those exceptions, but listen, that's part of life. But when girls that were cheated on, when they were really in love, that's going to help them get through it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. And I hope it does. Hopefully one day when I release it, it will help people that went through that same situation. That's all I hope for when it comes.
And the best part is the men who cheated are already sorry. Just so you know that, okay? Okay. So, amazing. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the future. Like, what do you think's happening with you? Where are you going? What's going on?
So, well, like we talked about, I'm working with Miss Paula. I just got picked up by her, and I'm so thankful that she's my manager now.
We love you, Paula.
Yes, love you, Paula. And so she's helping me get where I want to go. We're going to start recording and releasing some stuff, and I'm really excited about that. I'm just hoping my end goal is to be able to be I love singing all genres of music, but my end goal is for my music to have a message for people. And so I hope to be at least a contemporary Christian artist. I've always wanted to like release a gospel album or something like that. But I also love like, any type of genre, like country, pop, adult contemporary, anything. I love to sing. And so I have fun with anything that I do. But for now, I'm excited to see where I end up going. I guess we're just picking up I'm developing myself as an artist right now, and we're just working on recording and releasing and getting out there and performing and stuff. So yeah.
So you play the piano and a little bit of other instruments. Let's talk about that.
Right. So I started playing piano actually about a year and a half after I started singing. Because I went to voice lessons for a few years when I was young, like coming out of elementary school. And they told me you should probably pick up an instrument. And I was like, I've always loved piano. I thought it was like one of the most beautiful instruments. I love classical music. I guess since I grew up in ballet, that's probably why.
Wow.
So I started learning piano. I've played for about 9 years now, but like I said, college made it a little hard to keep up my piano and songwriting chops. So it's been a little bit, but I can play enough, I'd say, I guess. But I'm trying to get back I used to love to read like the classical sheet music and everything like that. And so transitioning from that into like songwriting with chords and everything, that I guess my classical training helped me do that, especially understanding the theory behind like different keys, like how many chords and like what chords are in each key and like what the number stuff, all the crazy theory stuff. That helped me learn how to start writing songs, because I was like, oh, so this is this chord and this is, and so piano's always been my primary instrument. And I've always been told, like, if you learn piano, you can probably pick up any other instrument, just because with piano, it's all laid out in front of you. And so once you pick up other instruments, you can start like, okay, so this is where it connects, like chord wise, and like how notes connect together on this instrument. So I know a little bit of guitar and a little bit of ukulele, because they're pretty, it's like to me, the frets on the guitar remind me of the piano. They look very similar if you think about it. And so I'm learning those right now, and piano's helping me do that. But I would say piano's my primary instrument. I just went on a whole tangent about that stuff, but yeah.
I love that you did, because, all right, that's what we want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't play any instruments. I can't sing, right? None of that. I'm an artist. I draw, paint, went to art school, right? I love listening to musicians and them talking about this stuff, because you're saying, oh, the piano helps with all, and I'm thinking pianos are keys, guitar has chords, ukulele, you're blowing it. How?
Yeah,
So,
like it's different techniques, I guess. Like I think once you get past the different technique that you have to use for each instrument, I would say woodwind instruments are a little bit more difficult. I played flute for like 2 years when I was in 6th grade, but I quit that for some reason. I don't remember. I think it's because I picked up piano, and I was like, I'd rather play
okay.
Yeah, something that I can sing and play with instead of have to like hold up.
Oh, right.
So, but yeah, I think from being in music and learning everything that I did on the piano, which I need to learn a lot more. I'm not an expert in any way, shape, or form, but I do know enough to know that if you get past the technique of using certain instruments, it becomes really similar when it comes to how it all works together, and so it makes it pretty quick learning for a lot of instruments. I've always admired Prince, because he played so many different instruments, and I guess he would say the same thing. It's like it's all the theory behind it. So if you know the theory and how things work together on that instrument, then you can play any instrument.
That's so cool. I never heard that. I'm so glad you did talk about that. Thank you.
No problem.
Because I'm going to tell people that as if I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be like, yeah, you should really pick this up first, because blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I love it. So would you honor us with another song?
Absolutely. I'm going to sing, this one's called Jealous by Labyrinth. It's one of my favorite songs that I've ever sang. I feel like this has a little bit of soul in it, so it reminds me of my Muscle Shoals roots. And so yeah, I'll go ahead and sing that for you.
Here you go, guys.
Okay. Jealous of the rain that falls upon your skin, it's closer than my hands have been. Oh, I'm jealous of the rain I'm jealous of the wind. Ooh, it ripples through your clothes. It's closer than your shadow. Oh, I'm jealous of the wind, and I wish you the best of all this world could give. And I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. But I always thought you'd come back and tell me that all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. Oh, I'm jealous of the nights that I don't spend with you. I'm wondering what you've been up to. Oh, I'm jealous of the nights, and I'm jealous of the love that wasn't here. Oh, it's gone for someone else to share. Oh, I'm jealous of the love, and I wish you the best of all this world could give. And I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. But I always thought you'd come back and tell me that all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. As I sink in the sand, I watched you slip through my hands, and oh, as I die here on my birthday, hey, 'cause all I do is cry behind this smile. Oh, it's all the best of all this world could give. And I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. But I always thought you'd come back and tell me that all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. Oh, it's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So what does that song mean to you?
That song, I just love that song. First of all, I think that he is such a good songwriter. It's a beautiful song, especially with the music. I honestly wish I could have done that one with the music just because it's so emotional. But that song means a lot to me because I guess, sometimes when you're really missing that person, I think it's just such a good analogy of like you miss somebody so bad that you're jealous of everything that they're in contact with. And so I feel like that song just, it gives me a lot of room to get really emotional. I love songs that you can get emotional with. I guess that's why I would consider myself sometimes an adult contemporary artist, because a lot of those songs are emotional. And I think just the soul and the emotion and the meaning behind it, especially like just you long to be with that person and you thought that things would be different and now you're just upset that they're doing well without you. I just love the whole concept of that song, and I think it's so cool. It's one of my favorite songs ever. So yeah.
I love it. Adult contemporary. I love that. Now I understand why you put the word adult in there. Okay, you're right. You're absolutely right. So have you met any of these singers that meant something to you?
Man, I want to one day. I will say I got to see Adele live, and Adele is one of my biggest inspirations.
Get
I
it.
love that
Amazing.
lady. I saw her live. It was a Christmas gift. My parents got me concert tickets for Christmas, and so we went to go see her. Me and some of my high school friends, and that was one of the most like life-changing things ever. Her voice is just gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
she sounds exactly how she sounds on recording, and it's just amazing. She's hilarious. Like I want to be as comfortable as she is in front of an audience one day because she's just amazing. And so I got to meet Adele and one of my favorite bands ever. They're a Christian band, For King and Country.
Okay.
I got to go see them in concert one day too, and I got to go to a VIP like Q&A with them. And this is I'm so mad at myself to this day because there's Joel and Luke Smallbone are the two members of that band, or they're the duo basically. And I saw Luke Smallbone in the hallway. I was walking into the auditorium, and he was like 5 feet away from me. And me being so scared to bother him because he looked like he was in a hurry, I didn't say a word to him. I just stood there like a deer in headlights, like staring at him because he had people that were already taking pictures with him. And I had my opportunity to say something to him, and I just didn't. I just like stared at him, and then he walked away, and I was like, well, there goes my opportunity. But one day I'll be able to see them again. I hope to also, I never met her before, but I want to meet Tori Kelly. I would love to meet Lauren Daigle. And yeah, I've also seen Pentatonics in concert too, and they were
Oh my gosh. They're
Mhm.
amazing, right?
Amazing. So cool.
Amazing.
I love them. I love them a lot.
I want to get an interview with them so bad.
Yeah, that I would love to just stand in their presence for a little bit. I mean, I guess I kind of did, but like from a distance. I want to like talk to them, but you know. So yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to meet a whole bunch of different artists. But for now, I've seen Adele in person, and I've almost halfway met Luke Smallbone from For King and Country, and that's about it.
So very cool. So let me ask you something. You're in college now.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that in a minute. But when you were in high school
Hmm.
and even grammar school, like when you were in school, did you sing a lot, like in the hallways and all this? Like, what do your friends think about
Oh
you?
Lord, I was not. See, I've always been very blessed to have very supportive people around me, especially in my high school and everything. I'll just say, like, me and one of my best friends, his name's Grayson Johns, we were both show choir president and everything. And so we were both kind of like known for singing, I guess, in high school. That was kind of my reputation, I guess. And so I did a lot of performing with show choir and with stage band and everything. And I also, I think my senior year when I was leaving high school, I won Broadway Bound, which is funny because I've never really sang musical theater, but that was like the music award. So me and Grayson actually both won that award, which was really cool. But I would say I've always had really supportive friends. Like in high school, I had a little group of friends that would come watch all of my show choir performances because I would have like little solos and fillers in show choir, and I would do the stage band performances. And every time I would have one of them was like, "You make me cry every time." Like I love her so much. Her name was Sarah, but they all came to watch me. And then now, in college, I sing a lot too. I was a part of a popular music ensemble with my university for a while, and I was lead vocalist of that. And so I did a lot of performing with them, which was like really up my alley because that was more like a big stage band thing. But some show choir was in that because we did a little bit of dancing on stage and everything. But my two of my best friends now actually were in that same band with me, but they weren't. I was actually in it a year after both of them left, and they always come to my performances. Anything that I have, they'll come to my performances, and they also sing. And so like they'll give me tips on like what I need to do with certain songs. So I've always had a really good support system, like in with my friends and with my family and stuff, like when it comes to like watching my performances and being there for me. So that's a really cool thing.
That's beautiful. So I think we are going to get the fourth song in. So you can choose which one you want to sing for the third one.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me think. I guess one song, it's a very well-known song, but I think it's gorgeous. It's called Oceans by Hillsong. I'll probably sing that one just because I remember always singing that in church and everything. And so
Before you sing it, what does that song really mean to you?
it means that song has connected with me my whole life, especially in the bridge where it's saying, Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders, wherever you may call me, because that has been kind of my philosophy my whole life is like, God, it's thy will be done. I will go where you call me to do. And it's been kind of hard, like, especially in college when you're juggling, like, what am I going to do with my life? And you're like, what does God want me to do with my life? And so you're just like, I've always tried to put myself aside and ask God, like, it's thy will be done, take me where you want me. And the one thing he's always kept with me is music. Like, he's never let me quit music, and so I'm thankful for that, because I also really want to do music. And so
Beautiful.
so
Okay.
that song means the world to me.
So honor us.
All right, I will
And
do
honor
my best.
God. You're honoring God right now with this song.
Yes, for sure. I will do my best. Okay. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep. My faith will stand, and I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you've never failed, and you won't start now. And I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And I will call upon your name. Keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, My soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. Okay.
So first of all, that was magnificent, and you absolutely honored God. He's smiling down at you. Wow. Second, a friend of mine, I'm going to give her a shout out for you. Okay. Her husband is Carlos Vasquez. Her name is Ina. He sings for us on Facebook. He's awesome. And he's made so many people happy through the last crazy 2 years. We love them. She's listening to you and shared this show. And she just said, you sing like an angel.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
And Ina, I love you, and give Carlos a hug from us. And you do sing like an angel. You absolutely sing like an angel.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm blown away by that. And again, you're so young. You are 21 years old. You're young to be able to sing a cappella like that. It's just amazing to me.
Thank you. I'm so thankful that I was able to come on here and sing for y'all. I'm just thankful that I get to sing. It's one thing that God's given me, and it's the one thing that I hold closest to my heart besides my faith. And so I'm so thankful that I get to do this, and it really means a lot that I got to do this.
You just said something that God gave you this gift. I want to read a poem out of my book for you.
Okay.
For everyone listening, especially if you're younger or older, because everybody thinks, oh, I'm too young to do this, or I'm too old to do this. No, absolutely not. Okay. What you're doing is unbelievable. And you are utilizing your gifts and talents from God. And that's what the poem is titled, Utilizing Gifts and Talents. So I'm going to read it for you. Okay, sweetie?
Okay.
Okay. We are born with talents. We are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used. God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. That's what you're going to be doing, girl. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. And you're doing that as well.
I love that.
You see in life what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, but not just for the money, to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share. Our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name will live forever, forever and a day. Savanna without an H, you hear me? Go through life and excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. Make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. That's for you today, sweetheart. And that's what
I love that.
And that's what you're doing. That's why when I heard your song that you wrote with those words, that's why it resonated. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's brilliant.
Oh, thank
It was
you.
amazing, amazing. I'm going to give you an opportunity now to say whatever, before you sing your last song, anything you'd like to say, anything you may have forgotten, up and coming things, another shout out to Paula, your information, maybe a website, anything you want to say. The mic is yours. You have plenty of time. I'm going to give the mic to you now.
I would like to say that it's been a long, long time in waiting when it comes to me and music. I've always tried to hold on to my faith, and I've always tried to hold on to that promise that God gave me, because I know when he makes a promise, he doesn't break it. And so I am just so thankful for these people, including you and Paula and everybody that has pushed me to keep going in music. Everybody that from the beginning to now that is supporting me, just thank you, because it means the world. Because there have been so many times where I've been, it's it gets discouraging whenever God tells you to wait and when he tells you yes but not yet. And so I think that if you keep pushing and keep honing your talent and you keep keeping your head up about it, you just have to hold on to the promises that God makes for you, because he will fulfill them. And I'm in the process of having my promise fulfilled right now. And so I just wanted to say thank y'all so much. And I can't wait to see where he takes me and a whole bunch of other people in the future. So yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for honoring me and Hamilton Radio today. A big shout out, thank you to Paula for giving you to me. Okay. You're amazing. And I keep saying this, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I wouldn't be saying it so much. I would have said, you're amazing once, but that's it. So first of all, you're absolutely beautiful inside and out.
Thank you.
You have a heart of gold, and your age blows me away that you're so enlightened. And it's because of God. You know, you have a connection and a relationship with God, and you stay in tune and in touch with him. What does he want for my life right now? And that's beautiful. Not many young people do that. So, you know, he's never going to let you go. And you already know that. And he gave you this voice, and he's saying, sing it, girl. So what you're doing is unbelievable. Honoring God, honoring everyone, and honoring you and your family. I mean, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank
So,
you.
before I let you close out with your other song, I do want to ask you something, okay? And I'd love to ask a lot of musicians this question.
All right.
You mentioned a lot of people that you really loved in the music business, this and that. Is there one song or one artist that really resonates, that really did something to help you be who you are today?
Man, I'm thinking.
Is that possible?
There's definitely a few, but if I had to pick one,
Yes.
it would have to be, I say, one of the most defining moments of my life and me deciding what I'm going to be, was actually when I was in college, and I was having I had a horrible first year of college. I would say I just kind of lost myself for a little bit, and I remember I felt like God had broken his promise to me for some reason. Like I felt like I had been cast aside in some way. I felt like I did something to lose my blessing, and God told me, you can't lose your blessing. I won't break a promise once I make it to you. I'm with you. And so I remember there was one song that I used to listen to every single day whenever I was going through this horrible time in my life. Like I can't even describe how bad I felt during this time. I almost quit everything. I almost quit college. I almost quit music, everything. And this song, there's a band called King's Kaleidoscope. They're a Christian band, and their music is so unique. If you have the chance to check them out, definitely do. They're really cool. But there's this one song called A Prayer. And the lead singer of this band wrote this song, and it was about anxiety, and it was about feeling abandoned, basically. And I have never heard, like at that point, I had never heard such an emotional song. He sings from Jesus's point of view in this song, which he sings from his point of view at first, and then it switches to Jesus's point of view. And it's like one of the most musically brilliant things I've ever heard when it comes to Christian.
It's called A Prayer.
A Prayer.
And tell me the band. I'm typing for my benefit.
All right, King's Kaleidoscope.
King's
And
Kaleidoscope.
what's unique about this song is you don't expect a lot of Christian singers to curse in their music. But there's a version that doesn't have the cursing, and a lot of time I would listen to that version just because sometimes it can throw you off. But the reason he left this curse word in was because he was trying so hard he was trying to emulate how bad his anxiety was. And when you have anxiety and stuff like that, like you're not focused on your language. And so he wrote down exactly what he wrote down in his journal. And so there's a cuss word in that song, but there's a version that's clean. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, sure.
But this song was kind of like that song that pushed me out of that really dark place and kept me going, because it's saying, like, from Jesus's point of view that he sings in this song, he's saying, I'm right beside you. I feel what you feel. I went through the same feelings of anxiety when I was about to be crucified that you're feeling right now. And so that song, I feel like if more people knew about it, it could change people's lives. I'm sure it's a pretty well-known song anyways, but that song has always been like so emotional for me. So that song has definitely been like a defining, I want to make Christian music like that. And so, yeah.
Wow. So our producer just texted me, Ruben, and he said he heard that song.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to check that song out. Maybe I did hear it, maybe I didn't. I'm going to ask you something then, even just like maybe 4 or 5 lines of it without the curse word. Can you sing? Like,
yeah, I
can you sing the whole song?
I can try to do that. I will definitely try to do that.
Maybe we can close with that song. I mean,
okay.
All right, let's do it, girl. Without the curse word, though.
Yeah, I won't be singing no cuss word.
Okay.
All
Is
right.
it the F word he uses?
Yes.
And that's okay because those are his emotions, and the way you described it was beautiful.
Yes, it's his raw emotion, like how he was feeling in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But he there's a version where he calls it vicious violent instead of the other thing. So it's repetitive in the beginning, but I'm gonna do my best.
Okay, let's do it.
Will I follow? Will I misstep? Will I follow? Will I misstep? Will you call me with your last breath? Will you be there for me after? Will I waste inside the silence where the fear is vicious, violent? Wicked sinner thrown to lions with no hope on the horizon. Will I follow? Will I misstep? If I follow, if I misstep. If I follow, if I misstep. If I call you with my last breath, will you be there for me after? 'Cause I'm wasting in this silence, and my fear is vicious violent. I'm a child prone to lions. Is there hope on the horizon? If I fall or if I misstep. Jesus, where are you? Am I still beside? Jesus, where are you? Am I still beside you? Am I still beside you? I'm right beside you. I feel what you feel, and I'm here to hold you. When death is too real, you know I died too. I was terrified. I gave myself for you. I was crucified because I love you. I love you, child. I love you. Oh. That's basically the gist of the song.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for doing that for me.
No problem. I hope I gave it some justice. It's so much better with the music.
No, you gave it justice. You gave me chills, and I'm sure everybody listening. Wow.
That song means the world to me. I almost teared up in the middle of singing that. So it's
I understand. Oh my goodness. Okay, absolutely beautiful. So again, I want to thank you for honoring us here today with that.
Thank you so much.
This is amazing. Never ever doubt yourself. I love the spelling of your name. It makes you unique. I love the gift God has given you, and I love that you realize that that was a gift from God and you're utilizing it. And you can't honor God more than that. You know what I mean? You're giving him back what he's given you to give to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you are magnificent. Thank you. And again, thank you to Paula Ann for this recommendation and You know what? God bless you, sweetheart. And I don't even know what else to say to you except thank you so much.
Well, God bless y'all, and thank y'all so much for having me. It's been so much fun. It's been an honor. I'm so thankful that I got to talk to you and just be a part of this. So,
Yeah,
So,
Jared, she was
Ruben-
really good.
Yeah, Ruben, I knew he'd want to say something. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm here. Savannah, two things actually. Now, since your name doesn't have an H, right, at the end, you should
Right.
put like 5 A's at the end of your name. So every time somebody calls your name, it looks like they're yelling,
Savannah!
Savannah!
for sure.
Yeah. The second thing, the first song you sang, just a little advice on type of instruments you should use in the song. This is just what I was hearing. I was hearing, of course, piano,
Yes.
maybe 2 or 3 violins
Yes. I love it.
in it. Of course, a bass guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and
Gotta
of
have
course the drums, drum solo, like a soft tone drums.
Love it.
And you can see if it works out, maybe a horn, something like that, or something.
Oh, I would love that. Like the.
Yep.
Those jazzy
Yeah,
horns.
jazzy horn. Hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, a jazzy horn, or a saxophone or something like that, like a soprano
Oh,
sax,
yes.
like a soprano saxophone or something like that, like what
I
Kenny
love
G
that.
plays, a soprano or alto saxophone. So like with those combination with the brass instruments, you should experiment, and
Oh,
see how.
for sure. I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to just see where I could bring this song, even in multiple
Mhm.
directions, and just pick which
Oh,
one
yeah.
I like.
Yeah,
There
but
you
definitely
go.
the piano and the violins, I hear it, especially when you hit those little
Oh.
riffs. Like I heard. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
I love that. I'm actually going to write that down after this so that I can remember.
Remember that.
Very cool, Ruben. Wow. All right. What else? You wanted to say something else, you said.
No, those are 2 things. I have
Oh,
one.
okay, those two things.
Yeah,
Got it.
she should put 5 A's at the end of her name. So like when she
Oh,
goes
right.
travels,
Okay.
That's just my new stage name.
your stage name.
And
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
listen,
look
you're
how
not
cool.
putting
I mean,
5
think
A's,
how
but-
cool it'd be. Like you're waiting
Yeah.
in line in a restaurant or something like that, and you put the 5 A's in the front of it. You just hear your name shout out,
Oh yeah. They'd be like, "We're here for Savannah."
Savannah, like Rocky, Savannah.
Oh, there you go, baby. There you go. Now I like that. So,
Well,
Alright.
pleasure meeting you, Savannah.
Thank you.
And
It's a
hopefully
pleasure meeting you
we'll all
guys.
stay in touch and
For sure.
see see what happens.
Awesome.
In the
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens too.
all right.
All
Take
right.
us out, Ruben.
Okay, hold tight.
Here we go. You're beautiful.
Thank you. So are you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is really true, is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.